Hello, this is Angela Huffman and Straight Talk About Management. Today I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to build trust with your employees. Step number 1 is when you're giving your employees a project, you want to make sure that you give your employees the freedom to do that project. You want to avoid doing any micromanaging with your employees. When you're micromanaging, you are constantly staring over the employee, checking to see if they're doing it correctly. Are they working on it on time? Are they going to meet the deadline dates? And what that does is it gives the employee the feeling that you don't trust that they're working on it in a timely manner. And that's what you don't want to do when you want to build a relationship with them. So if you're feeling insecure at all about your employees, just make sure you give them some progress dates so that they will know to meet those, and you can make any corrections at that time. That also will give you a chance to find out, are they on time, are they working on it in a timely fashion. You can correct any problems, and they don't feel that you lack trust in them and in their work ethic. Step number 2 is be honest about any changes that might be coming down the pike that might directly affect your employees. As manager or a supervisor, there are going to be some things that you're going to be privy to that you can't necessarily share with your employees immediately. But as soon as you are given the go-ahead to get your employees the knowledge, make sure you tell them as soon as possible. This way the employee will not feel blindsided when something happens that directly affects them. That might be a project, a very large project that's coming down the pike that is going to cause them to have lots of time away from their family because they're going to have to do a lot of overtime. Or it might be a project where they have to go out of town. Or it might even be something as extreme as layoffs, so that they can make whatever adjustments are necessary in their life to accommodate whatever changes are happening. This also will help the employee to feel trust in you as their manager because they know that you're not going to hold anything back from them. And that's a very good way to build rapport with your staff. The next thing you want to do is number 3 is be clear about your expectations. Last week, during the video segment last week, I talked about communicating and engaging your employees. And you can review that video when you want to. And I talked about the same thing about making your expectations clear. Today, I just want to stress the point of making sure your employees have all the resources that are necessary to them so they can meet your expectations. Whatever information that they may need, contacts, equipment, whatever resources they need, make sure they have those things available so that they can meet your expectations. This is again about building trust. And your employees will never feel that they don't have the necessary items that they need to put together a project with the quality that you're expecting of them and in the same time frame that you're expecting of them. So this is about building trust with your employees. Step number 4 is be slow to take credit, personal credit, for any projects that your team is performing. If they do a great job, be open and publicly give that credit over to your team members, to your employees, and to all the team. Make sure they know that you appreciate them. Your supervisor is going to give you credit because you were the one to manage the project in the first place. So you don't have to take personal responsibility or credit for them doing a great job. But this helps really build pride in the employees. You find that when you do that, they will be much more willing to volunteer for projects because they know that they're going to be rewarded publicly when you do that. So make sure you give that credit over to them, and you will also reap the rewards of it as well. The last step is step number 5. When you want to build trust, you want to build trust among all the team members. So start including some team building activities in your process of trying to build trust within that team. There are a lot of resources out there on how to build team building, how to do team building activities. There are some books in the bookstore that you can get, and they don't have to take a long time. There are some brief meeting activities that you can do, just 5 minutes, taking 5 minutes before meeting to do a small team building activity can help build trust among you and your employees, but also among all the team members, so that they feel that when a project comes down that involves everyone, that everyone is going to be take their part and do their part of that project, and that helps build that trust in your environment and also helps build morale.